Maybe your team has already been knocked out of the playoffs. Say your quarterback was picked off on the last play of the game. Or worse, maybe your quarterback inexplicably ran a draw with 15 seconds left in the game and no timeouts, effectively crushing your soul and will to live. But even if your team's out of the playoffs, I'm sorry, I'm back. Even if your team is out of the playoffs, it can still be an exciting time to watch and perhaps bet on games. Jason McCormick from Station Casinos joins us. Jason, I apologize. Just went out of control there for a little bit.
We got to get you some popcorn. Hopefully she brings you that dill pickle popcorn back.
Chill me out a little bit. This is an exciting time for the sports books, obviously, with the Super Bowl being the weekend of the year for sports books. But you were saying this weekend, too, is also a big weekend.
Yeah, you talk about Super Bowl, March Madness, but the conference championships next week and the divisional playoffs, these are the top weeks of the year for us sports books.
And I always find it fascinating that the sports books are always so close to getting it right when it comes to the spread, and yet it's not an exact science.
Well, we weren't right last week. The favorites went 5-1, and the public did really, really well. There were a lot of blowout games in the wild card weekend, and this week the spreads are a little bit tighter, and we'll see how they do this week. But hopefully we get some of the dogs to come in this week, as the sports books kind of got their butts kicked last week.
But it's not some sort of crazy algorithm. It's guys sitting in a room going, "What do you think?"
Yeah, again, that's what we do, and what our teams do is kind of crunch the numbers to put up what we think is going to generate two-way action. And sports books all over town will have different numbers, so you got to kind of shop those numbers. And it's not just the games, it's the totals, it's the first halves. There's a ton of props that are going to be put up, so you got a lot of different stuff to bet on. And
it becomes even easier to put a few bucks on a game because you have the mobile app now.
Yeah, with our STN Sports mobile app, and the mobile app is available, it's just absolutely incredible. You don't have to come down to the book. You don't have to fight the lines there. Sign up for the mobile app. It takes less than 5 minutes, and now you're betting sports from the comfort of your home. And not just on football, but you get the MMA and basketball. And as we roll into that big game, you'll be able to get that action and all the props that we have there as well.
And right now, you are, I think, closer to the Super Bowl. You're throwing in some bonus bucks, right?
Yeah, we've got some bonus going on right now. You can get a $100 bonus for all new signups. You're actually going to start seeing those Super Bowl props start on our app already. So there's build up to the game, and excited about all the things that we're offering on these games this weekend as well.
Are there any crazy props out there right now already? That's always kind of fun every year.
Well, again, in Nevada, we do a lot of the stuff that takes place on the field, and a lot of the offshore bets is where you're going to find the Gatorade color or how long the national amps are going to take. And we don't offer those here, but do have a lot of fun props, and it always starts off with, is the coin toss going to be heads or tails? So, from soup to nuts, we're going to have all the props that you can think of on the big game.
At least that one's 50-50, right? So, in the meantime, this weekend, what are some good bets? And I know that there's never a sure thing, but what are some things that you could be looking at?
Some interesting facts and figures as we look at the games. We talk about Cincinnati and Tennessee, the first game that's going to kick off. Mike Vrabel is 4-0 in his time as the coach of the Titans, coming off of a bye week. They're only a 3.5-point favorite against the Bengals, who won their first playoff game in 31 years. Titans have won those games by an average of 20.5 points. They're about to get running back Derrick Henry back, an all-pro running back, against the Cincinnati defense that's kind of beat up. So Titans look to be good there, but this young Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase have been absolutely incredible, so he'll have to have a high-flying game to stay with those Titans.
That bye week cannot be underestimated, though. That rest.
Well, the other big one is the Packers coming off the bye, the other #1 seed in the NFC, playing in a 7 o'clock game in Green Bay. The temperatures are expected to be in the low teens, and those San Francisco Niners coming off their big upset, which we won't mention, the only upset of the weekend.
Yeah, right.
But Garoppolo hasn't played in those cold weather sites, so we'll see if the Niners can pull an upset there.
Really quickly, as we don't have any time left, where can people go to get the app?
Go to STN Sports or show up to any of the Station Casino sports books, Wildfire, El Cortez. We'll get you signed up in less than 5 minutes and have you ready to bet all the games.
Jason McCormick, always great having you here. Really appreciate it. Good luck with everything this year.
Thanks, guys.
Mercedes.